My friends, have you ever wondered what it means to be a man of God in modern times? We live in a world that's constantly redefining what it means to be a man. Some say it's about how much money you make. Others say it's about how tough you are, how many followers you have, how loud you speak. But today we're not chasing the world's definition, we're chasing God's. Because there is no higher calling, no greater compliment than to be called a man after God's own heart. Not a man after status, not a man after success, not even a man after perfection, but a man after God's own heart. And how do we chase that heart? We chase it through love, not the shallow, performative kind the world offers. I'm talking about divine love, the kind that breaks chains, builds legacies, and transforms generations. Today, I want to speak directly to the hearts of men. Not the outward image, not the suits, not the success, not the muscles or the money. I want to speak to the core of you, the part of you that lies awake at night wondering, am I doing this right? Is God proud of me? Let me remind you of something powerful. David, a shepherd boy turned king, was called a man after God's own heart. Not because he was perfect, far from it. He failed, he stumbled, he broke down. But through it all, he loved God fiercely, and he loved like God deeply. And that's our calling. Not to be flawless, but to be faithful. Not to be hard, but to be holy. Not to love like the world, but to love like the one who created the world. So how do we do it? What does that look like? I want to break it down for you, real and raw. Because God isn't looking for fake religion or flashy talk. He's looking for hearts, honest hearts, ready to reflect his love. Here are 10 powerful ways to love like God and become a man after his own heart. 1. Love first, even when it hurts. God loved us first, before we cleaned ourselves up, before we believed, before we even wanted him. That's unconditional initiative. You want to love like God? Be the first to love. Be the first to text, the first to forgive, the first to break the silence. That's not weakness, that's divine strength. Because love that waits to be loved first is love infected by pride. 2. Love without conditions. The world loves with a contract. God loves with a covenant. He doesn't say, if you're good enough, I'll love you. He says, I love you, period. That kind of love breaks chains. It sets people free. Don't put people on performance plans to earn your love. Love them right where they are and watch God work through that love. 3. Love through sacrifice. Real love costs something. It's not cheap. God proved his love not just with words, but with wounds. If your love doesn't cost you, your time, your pride, your comfort, it's probably not the kind of love God gives. Make an effort to be there for your loved partner even when you're tired. Mentor someone when it's inconvenient. Serve when no one says thank you. Go out of your way to be kind and helpful to others. That's what love looks like in action. 4. Love with truth. God's love is full of grace and truth. If you love people but never speak truth, that's not love. It's enablement. And if you speak truth without love, that's just spiritual abuse. Real love says the hard things, but says them with gentleness. It doesn't flatter, it frees, so speak up. Call out the greatness in people and also the danger they're walking toward. That's what it means to love like God. 5. Love with action. You can say, I love you 1,000 times and still leave someone feeling empty, because love is proven through what you do. Cook the meal, hold the hand, write the note, pay the bill. Listen without interrupting. Stop saying, I love you, if your actions don't back it up. God didn't send a text from heaven. He personally intervened to save the Israelites from Egypt. That's what love does. It shows up. 6. Love the unlovable. Let me be real with you. There are people who will annoy you, hurt you, disrespect you, and God still wants you to love them. Because that's what he did with you. He loved you when you were stubborn, angry, rebellious, and selfish. And if he can love you through your mess, you can love others through theirs. You don't need to feel love to choose love. Love is not a feeling, it's a decision with eternal impact. 7. Love with patience. Patience is one of the rarest forms of love in today's fast-paced world. We want everything instantly, change, growth, and healing, but God is a God of the process. He takes his time, and he's never in a hurry with your heart. So be patient with others, with your family's healing, with your friends' maturity, with your own growth. Love doesn't rush, it walks alongside. 8. Love with vision. God doesn't see who you are, he sees who you're becoming. He sees potential even when all you see is pain. When you love someone, don't just point out where they are. Speak to where they can go. Call out greatness, call out destiny. Tell your brother he's a leader, even if he's acting wild. Tell your sister she's royalty, even if she's in rebellion. That's what God does for you. Do it for them. 9. Love beyond fear. Fear says, protect yourself. Love says, open up anyway. Some of you are afraid to love again because you've been hurt. I get it. But here's the truth. Fear never healed anybody. Fear builds walls. Love breaks them. If you're going to love like God, you've got to risk. Risk vulnerability, risk being misunderstood, risk getting hurt, and know that God will be your shield. His perfect love casts out fear. 10. Love from identity, not for identity. This one is key. Too many men are trying to prove their worth, perform their way to value, achieve their way to acceptance. But let me tell you, you don't have to earn what God has already given. You're his son. Period. You love because you're loved. You forgive because you've been forgiven. You give grace because grace lives in you. When you love from identity, not for identity, you become unshakable. You're not swayed by applause or rejection. You're anchored in who you are in him. So what does all this mean? It means being a man after God's heart isn't about being religious. It's about being real. It's about being the kind of man who loves when it's hard, who forgives when it's unfair, who stays when others walk away, who chooses purpose over ego, and who reflects the heart of the Father in every word and every action. You don't need to have it all together. You just need to be willing. Willing to grow, willing to love, willing to be a vessel of the love that changed the world. It means when the world grows cold, you stay warm. When others give up, you keep showing up. When you get knocked down, you get back up. Not because you're perfect, but because you love like the one who is. You may not have a pulpit, a title, or a stage, but every time you love like God, you preach, you prophesy, you lead. And let me tell you something, brother. This world is desperate for men like that. Men who stand firm, men who rise in grace, men who love like God. So rise up, be that man, be a man after God's own heart. So stand up, brave one, lead your family, bless your enemies, honor your commitments, speak life, love radically. Because when you love like God, you don't just change your home, you change your legacy. You become a real man after God's own heart. And that, my friend, is the highest title a man can ever carry.